wish you all a joy-filled and blessed Easter. Please be seated. Christ is risen.
The Lord is risen indeed. Hallelujah.
Amen. Something happened this week that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. A friend of mine looked at me after the Holy Saturday service and said, "Nick, if these services get any shorter, people are not going to believe that I'm coming to church. At least make them 20 minutes. Something I've never heard before, right? This, of course, comes on the heels of reports of clergy holding parishioners hostage with less than cogent interpretations of the gospel on major feast days. And so to both of those comments, I ask, is there any more succinct way to say or to package the Easter message than Christ is risen? And your response, the Lord is risen indeed. Yes. It's a powerful declaration, my friends. Does it matter? If you're thinking yes, which I hope you are, you're in the right place. Why? There are over 2 millennia behind some of the answers we could give each other, but only one matters today, and that is yours. For thousands of years, pilgrims, seekers, and Christians alike have come to the church in search of life and for answers to one of life's most asked questions. Why? Folks have come for all sorts of reasons. To find solace and hope, love. And that's because we all desire charity, authenticity, compassion, faith, generosity, loyalty, temperance, inclusion, wisdom, forgiveness, and mercy. Let's not forget grace. But is that the why of Easter? Or is that the how of the way that Easter love is lived out? Is the resurrection why you are a Christian? Or is it something else? That's maybe a tough question, perhaps with a complicated answer, especially if Easter is only about eggs and bunnies, right? And it's a tough question if you've come here expecting just to hear Christ is risen and then go home. But just because it's challenging doesn't mean it's not worth engaging in, or that it can be filled with joy. And so, if there is a sense of uneasiness between us because I ask the questions of why and how on today of all days, because it's supposed to be a given, well, the first Easter wasn't all sunshines and daisies, I'm afraid. I mean, just think to yourselves for a moment what it must have been like approaching a tomb at dawn and finding it empty. Your expectations miraculously altered. What was it that Mary felt? What did she ask in her grief? Where have you taken him? Where is my Lord? Why is he not here? How is he gone? Who took him? What do I do now? Those, my friends, are all Easter questions. And they remain our questions. We know the rest of the story, though. Mary recognizes the gardener, and we catch a glimpse of him through her eyes. If we are honest with ourselves, breakthroughs like that happen to us all the time in our lives. Perhaps it happens at a funeral, on the seashore, in the shower, or on your porch of peace. Some of us have caught the glimpse of an empty tomb, or indeed recognized Jesus. And though doubt may have been active in that moment, that brief encounter has us questioning and perhaps even believing beyond all unbelief. And that is Easter too. Sometimes we even have the courage to tell those stories to other people about those moments that are legendary, perhaps beginning with the phrase, "You're never going to believe this." To which some reply, "You're kidding." Or better yet, "Let me go see that for myself." Do you remember Peter and John? Mary shows up and she says, "They've taken him. He's not there." And they race off together, each one another taking the lead, back and forth, probably with a mixture of anger, grief, anticipation, and maybe, just maybe, hope. Those are Easter feelings too. Both doubt and belief have a part to play this morning. So if you feel those in your heart today, go easy on yourself. But also allow yourself the chance to wonder, because wonder should be present this morning as well. Should be present at the question, why? No one's answer matters more than yours. Wherever you are with those feelings this day, whether you have just buried a beloved friend, someone you love dearly, as some of you have done, or some of you are so filled with joy at the promise of what has been won for you this day, know that you are loved more than you could possibly know. Go and share that love far and wide as best you can, trusting in the promise that God has called you by your name and loves you, that you are meant to be you and no one else. That is God, for that is who God made you to be, and God will never lose you. Christ reigns, and whether we live or die, we remain in him. Hallelujah.